called Titanic's Little Village. Will be in Castlebar, also in County Mayo, and then in West Cork,
Oh,
and yeah, I'll be sure to let you know. I will be sure to let you know. We're gonna do a reading. It's the Lit Lounge. Have you read there?
no, I haven't. In Skibbereen, I've been invited, but I haven't read there yet.
Yeah.
But it's near us.
Yes. Yeah. And Limerick and Dublin.
Okay.
That's yeah. So I'm gonna say actually, Africa, I'm gonna send you the whole tour.
Okay.
And if you want to, as a person who blurbed the anthology, we're doing a little work now here, folks. I'll be with everybody in the room in a minute. Um, and thank you for the blurb, of course. And um, if you would like to participate in any of the readings, you're welcome to come and read a poem from the anthology if you want to join us. So I'll send you all that information soon.
Fantastic. Thank you. Is
Yeah,
it,
yeah, that'd be great.
how many of you are coming?
Kim will be over with us. I think there's five Americans. There's a Canadian contributor coming. A person from the UK is coming over, and then of course we have a number of folks from Ireland in the
Yeah.
anthology, as you know. So, it's just a different constellation at every reading.
Fantastic. No, that's
Yeah, yeah. So now, my French is horrible, and
so
I
is
want
mine.
so I want to make sure, like, if you can help me with the pronunciation of the collection, make sure I don't botch it off terribly.
Well, I mean, yeah, in my terrible French, it's à la belle étoile.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's
Basically phonetic. Yeah, à la belle étoile. I'm sure some of the other poets actually speak French.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit much to come up with a French title, but it was just I wanted to have that French atmosphere, and also the ship was called L'Étoile. So, yeah, it had
I
that.
love the book so much, as you know, and I'm just so excited to showcase the book today, with everyone. So thank you very much. And yeah, thanks to all four of our readers. Oh, also, it's so it's the Odyssey of, is it Jean or Jeannie? Like, how do you pronounce the
It's Jeanne,
Jean, right, Jean.
and as Jeanne Baré. Uh,
Baré. Okay, that's what
that,
I want. Jean Baré, yeah.
to spell it
Okay,
B-A-R-E-T, but I wanted that French sound, so that's why I used the E with the accent.
very
So
good.
turned
Thank
it.
you. That's so great. Okay, beautiful. All right. Well, folks, the order, Africa's first. Debbie. Now, Debbie, you're listed as D. Walsh Gilbert in all of our promo stuff. How do you want me to introduce?
You can say Debbie. That's fine.
Is that okay? Okay.
Yes, absolutely. I just use that on publications.
I
That's
under,
all.
I understand. Sure. Okay. I like to try to dot all the I's and cross
Thank
as
you.
many T's as I can.
Well, thank you for asking. Yeah.
Of course. And then Raúl and Gary, I think we're good with you gentlemen, because I'm familiar with you as humans, and you've been with us many times. So of course I'm very grateful to have you return as always, particularly in a new book showcase.
It's
I
a
mean, I
pleasure
love
to be
it.
here.
Yeah, I love it, of course, when you're on the open mic, but it's very special to be able to feature books. I mean, that's what we kind of started out with in 2020 when we began. We really were trying to make sure that poets had a place to, be able
Yeah,
to
I
get it.
remember those.
You remember, right?
I remember those.
Yep,
This
yep.
is when it jumped off and everything, and it really jumped off. So hey,
This
it's a
was,
good place to read.
well, thank you.
It is. It is a good place to read. People from everywhere. What the audience you have, you know.
I'm as pleased as anyone. And of course
Yeah,
the series would not
who's the
be
big
what
bear?
it is
That's Dr.
without
Bear. That's Barely Bear's doctor.
the series would not be what it is without
Yeah.
Kim and Don. It really advanced when they joined the team, and my sister and I did what we could to get it going, and their contributions and their persistence and resilience and sticking with it have really made all the difference. And of course, all of you, continuing to um, join us from week to week, month to month, year to year, has also made it what it is. We couldn't do it without all of you continuing to come read with us. So thank you. Thank you.
Sandy,
Yeah,
Yeah.
certainly.
I got to tell you that when my wife Heather and I went to the UK almost a year and a half ago or so, to my traveling notes and notebook, and I wrote a lot of stuff from Glasgow and Skye, and so I got a lot of material I had not converted into poems, especially one from Skye that I promised the tour guide that I was going to send it to him. So this is a long time ago, so I'm overdue on that. Once
Oh,
I do it, I have to
wow.
share it with you because that was an awesome trip.
Oh my gosh. Well, as if almost on cue, one of our members is just joining us from the UK. So, and actually is in the Titanic anthology. Patrick Lodge, who has signed up, will be in Ireland with us. So, um, in
And
April.
I learned a lot about the Wales history and the coal mines out there and everything that went on, and the
Wow.
prisoners and so much history.
So much history, so much history. And really today is as you'll hear in my remarks is as much is so related to history today, this reading our reading today. So it's so appropriate. I just think the four of you are perfect, the perfect constellation of readers, given the way that you are approaching different aspects of history. So I'm very looking forward. I think we've heard from each of you sound check wise. I'm going to check in with Parsons just to see. Kim, do you have anything that you want to check in with our readers about
I
today?
bought a new microphone so I can sound better on.
You sound great. You sound terrific. Yeah, you
So
sound.
I'm having a podcast. I was going to have a podcast last week, but it got canceled. So it's coming up tomorrow, Tuesday. So I
Oh,
had to
Oh,
be ready because to avoid echo and the headphones and all that. But
oh, wow. And also, I like your cap.
well, yeah. And you know what's on the side? I got two pins. I don't know if you can see them.
all right.
Scotland,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Oh,
um,
yeah. Yeah.
and that's because the people
Beautiful.
from the DNA say that according to the new findings, blah blah blah, that I have 1% Welsh and 2% Scot in my blood. So the rest is all the mix from everywhere. The majority is a lot of chili peppers are there, but all the little sparkles. So when you're in the kitchen, you get salt and from everywhere and spices, and I think that's what happened to me.
Oh my
The only
gosh.
lineage I have tracing it back to Europe will be through my grandfather on the mother's side, who he was tall, blonde, blue-eyed. He was an absolute total 100% Spanish person. So and from him, I do not know. I need to investigate because why would I have 1% Wales and 2% Scot?
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
know.
Yeah. Well, the
I
mystery.
pass.
It's always good to have a mystery. It's always good to have a mystery. Um, yeah, my mom. Oh, we're there. Oh my gosh. We are. Well, good afternoon, good evening, bienvenidos, one and all. You are here today for Cultivating Voices live poetry. It's our new books showcase, and my apologies for my absolute burst out at the beginning of this program. had really miscalculated the time, or we've been having such a scintillating conversation in our green room with our readers and audience assembled that I didn't realize it was the top of the hour. Well, you are here today for our new books showcase with two of our poets making their Cultivating Voices live debuts. That's Afric McGlinchey and Debbie Gilbert, also known as D. Walsh Gilbert, and two who have roots way back to the first weeks we began Cultivating Voices in March of 2020. This was our pre-Zoom readings, my friends. Raúl Sánchez and Gary Copeland Lilley. So I want to say welcome and welcome back. And welcome to all of you joining us live here in Zoom, our wonderful audience, watching on Facebook Live, and the hundreds of you who watch us on our recordings. And that is all, of course, thanks to Don Krieger's persistence and diligence. We thank you. Well, I'm your host, Sandy Yannone, and welcome also to everyone here with us live in Zoom, also to Kim Ports Parsons. We cannot do the program without her. And I want to give a big round of applause and gratitude for all of you who joined us live last week for our first reading of February. Our Poets Focus are all open mic on history, their story, her story, history. And all of our poets today are in conversation with history, already written and in progress. As poets, we are a special breed. I've been thinking a lot about this. And that special breed is because we truly are the voices of what will become history. We are the documenters. We are the witnesses. We are the documenters. And so I'm especially grateful for the way our poets today, Afric, Debbie, Raúl, and Gary, use their voices in the service of history and humanity. Well, before I introduce our first reader for today, just a few notes about the program. The chat is live for you here in Zoom. Please do use it generously and respectfully to show your appreciation for our readers today. And of course, we will have the biography and links to our readers, our featured readers' books and websites in our chat live, as well as on Facebook tomorrow. And I hope that all of you, with whatever resources you have available, will purchase 1, 2, 3, all 4 books and consider multiple copies. I can't think of a more important thing to do than share poetry now with people around the world. It's so important. Well, let's go to our first reader today. It happens to be one of my salmon sisters, whom I've not met in person, but I'm hoping very soon we'll meet in person when Kim and I are going over to tour with the Titanic anthology, and I hope we'll get to meet Afric McGlinchey there in West Cork while we're on tour, or maybe anywhere else in Ireland that we might join forces. I read Afric's book this summer. I was working on. I had high aspirations to do the Sealy Challenge. And I was over in Ireland the first weeks that I was doing the challenge. And I said, while I'm in Ireland, I'm going to feature Irish poets. And I had to abandon the challenge because traveling was a little much for me to handle and try to write a review every day. but I was able to write a review of this extraordinary collection that you're going to hear from today, La Belle Étoile, the Odyssey of Jeanne Baré, from Salmon Poetry. As many of you know, I have a penchant for the sea and seafaring stories, and this is an incredible story in poetry that you are about to hear from Afric's collection. Well, let me share with you the more formal biography. Afric McGlinchey's collections, The Lucky Star of Hidden Things and The Ghost of the Fisher Cat, both from Salmon Poetry, were translated into Italian. Her hybrid memoir, Tied to the Wind, from Broken Sleep Books in 2021, received an Arts Council Literature Bursary Award and was translated into Macedonian. Her latest collection, as I mentioned, A la Belle Étoile, The Odyssey of Jeanne Baré, is also from Salmon Poetry, published earlier in 2025, received an Agility Award and a Forward Prize nominations. Folks, for those that you might not know those awards that I'm mentioning in Ireland, those are the creme de la creme, and this is certainly work worthy of those. Afric lives currently in West Cork, Ireland, and welcome, and I'm so excited to hear the poems now after having read them with great admiration.
Oh, thank you very much, Sandra. That was such a lovely introduction. So yeah, I first came across Jeanne Baré's name after it was during lockdown, and I bought a bougainvillea plant from Lidl, and I was a bit worried about how to take care of a tropical plant in Ireland, so I Googled it, and then I discovered that the person who had brought the bougainvillea plant to Europe was a woman by the name of Jeanne Baré. And not only that, she also was the first woman ever to have circumnavigated the globe. And I was completely fascinated. So I tried to find out as much as I could about her. And I could only find one book about her, which was really, really strange, considering, you know, she was such a supposedly historic figure. But yeah, so I decided to do loads of research, and then I did read the book I found, and there I was on my little beach. I'm very lucky, I live by the sea, walking up and down on my little beach, looking out to sea and imagining Jeanne Baré on the high seas, you know, hundreds of years before, traveling on that very same water. And so like the water was like a conduit between us through space and time, and it also let my mind go traveling all over the world during that time. So Jeanne was she was a peasant French woman, and a peasant from the Burgundy rural area of Burgundy in France. And her mum died when she was very young, and she would have been raised by her father along with her younger sister. So I'm guessing she must have been a very resourceful woman, because she was when we first come across her, she's in her early 20s, very early 20s, but she's not married yet, which is very unusual in those days because they had a very short lifespan, peasants. They would maybe, it was in the 1700s, so she wouldn't have had much, you know, so you would have expected her to have been married. But she was a herbalist, apparently, and we can guess that she earned her income by supplying apothecaries with the herbs for medicinal purposes. And then she met the botanist Philibert Commerson, who was very struck by her and brought her into his household. And now it could have been that it's because he had been recently bereaved and his wife had died in childbirth, so he had a newborn son. Maybe she initially came to help him with the child, but then he very soon found out something very interesting about her. She was literate, which was very unusual for a peasant. So that's why I think she must have been very resourceful, very intelligent. There's proof that she was literate because she used to sign documents, and there is a record of her field notes, one surviving notebook. So okay, so that's just the general gist. So what happened then was he was invited by Louis XIV to join a global expedition and sail around the world collecting tropical plants from all over the world. But he had just been bitten by a dog, and he had a terrible ulcer on his leg, so he was kind of rendered incapacitated. And I like to think that she persuaded him to take her with him. And the only way a woman could go on board a ship was, well, a woman couldn't go on board a ship, so she had to disguise herself as a man or as a boy, I suppose. So then again, my imagination went off. I tried to imagine how he taught her how to walk like a man and talk, like get away with it, because it was a very small ship. It was about 300 foot in length, and there were over 200 men on board. So that was barely a foot apiece. And you can imagine, I mean, it was quite a feat to keep her gender hidden. And she kept it hidden for almost over 2 years, actually. And the only reason, I'm sorry, I'm telling the whole story here. So I'm probably telling too much. But I'll just tell you a little bit more and then I'll get on to the poems. She got away with it until they got to Tahiti. They're traveling around the world now. They get to Tahiti, and instantly the islanders recognize that, sniff her out as a woman. So she's unmasked, and there are quite awful repercussions actually as a result of that from her own crew members. She's assaulted. And so there's I do give a warning at the beginning of the book that there are some poems, a few, maybe 2 or 3 poems that are quite affecting. But other than that, I'm quite the optimist, and I'm also quite a romantic. As I got a review in the Irish Times, and they said that their encounter had a touch of Hollywood about it. So I thought, okay, well, I have to own up. I have to own up that I am, I gave them a romantic encounter, because they do end up lovers, and that we have proof of that because she does have children. So yeah, but this is an act of imagination, but I write it in her voice, and I want to give her agency. So I give her all the agency, and yeah. So all right, I'll just get reading now. Okay, so I'll start with the encounter. I won't start with the first encounter, the romantic one. It's a bit long, but I will read the second encounter, which is called During the Skelt. I discovered some lovely words while I was researching 1700s France, and skelt is the throwing of oneself into something, S-K-E-L-T. Toulon-sur-Arros, July 1763. Of a twiggy-legged thing with a mouse-brown mop and a trowel full of freckles flung over the nose, no one, not even a father, could have thought much. But the botanist came looking for me again, said he found me magnetic, my eyes expressing a frank resolution, and oh, my heart vaulted, face pounded with blood. When he strayed his fingers over my fingers, splayed open against the slender bark of a birch, for days after, my hands stayed unwashed to keep the scent of that moment. To nature, all living plants and creatures are valued the same, and so I found myself saying I felt nothing but equal to him, and he laughed that wonderful laugh again. So I tried to imagine, thank you. I tried to imagine, she would have had to prepare herself for this voyage, and make herself look like a man. So this is called Forfeit and Comfort. Paris, January 1767. Our neighbour plucks some loose ticking from a horsehair sofa. Her own radiance shines light into the dimness, and I give way like soft clay to her linseed-scented palms each side of my face. As my hair is chopped to the floor, the yellow balconies of Rue des Boulangères peer out from the mirror. She lifts a lopped 19-inch lock, and I feel a pang, as if for spilt blood. Who knows how long before I hear the voice of another woman or feel a feminine touch. I twist in the wicker seat, its base flaring like my mother's skirt in that run from the rain the day her heart stopped. And now it comes, my surging grief, long belated, while, for a steadying moment, her fingers linger on my cropped head. So now imagine, thank you. Imagine we're on the ship. She's gained access to the ship. She's on it. She's dressed as a boy. And sometimes when some of the crew got seasick or got dysentery or anything, they would call on the valets to the gentlemen to step in and help the crew. So this one is called, what is it called? The Brine and the Bellowing. Atlantic Ocean, 1767. Today, the work of pushing down one end of a thick oar with all my might keeps my mind entire off the hunger. And after a while, I don't feel the ache in my biceps. And after a further while, I am blank as we pump streams of liquid muck up from the bilge, satisfied to see it slosh to the scuppers along the hull. And the air has a chill, but we are sweating rivers as we toil, singing a shanty to help with the rhythm. Tire, tire, matelot, tire va donc sur les avirons. All that matters is keeping the ship safe, and with the rest of the crew pulling my weight. Bells and drums pound to signal the end of our watch, and I can't refrain from beaming. Today, I found that I liked the labour and was taken for a man. So, thank you. So when I try to imagine this peasant woman from a very small life, from a very small village in Burgundy in France, heading out into this unknown voyage, on a ship with all these men, but around the world, she must have, I just have to imagine that there must have been regular astonishments and wonders for her. Despite all the work and all the labor she had to do, there had to be those moments. So this one is called Kingdom of the Joyous Wilds. I love E.E. Cummings, so you'll probably pick that up in my kind of wilds titles. Northern Straits of Magellan, 1767. In our private cabin, first a scrubbing of my own filth, then a poultice for his ulcer, the shape of his gloom. As he is yellowish pale with a drained expression, I suggest we take air, and he keel-holes up from his desk, and we make for the deck, where, just at that instant, under a full moon and pinning our focus, a wail explodes out of the cold surge, cathedral-sized and as holy a sight, changing the shape of the sea's undulation as he crashes back down, and my heart is a trembling cup, and Philibert's eyes break to me like a cask spilling oil, and the stars are bright and high as I feel within, and I breathe in their light as if it were my own. So they've traveled all the way down the coast of South America. I'm just going to go back a little bit. This is not linear, by the way. It's back and forth. It doesn't follow it chronologically. Some of it does, but let's go back here to Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Okay, so they're still on their way down to the Magellan Straits. This is called. This is actually. We've got the log from the captain's log, so we know where they were on what particular dates. So this is called Exchange. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, 13th of June, 1767. This clamorous port, hundreds of natives swarming to both of our ships, and immigrants too, Portuguese, African, Indian, waifs thrusting up baskets of cocoa and sugarcane, tangerines, mangoes, pineapples, plums, men bearing barrels of water, bundles of wood, women bartering for red cloth and baubles, youths for the iron and tools. And pits of peach and papaya are cracked and scrammed into the ground like seeds and leaves into presses. And all this want that throbs like a bass in earth's core puts me in mind of the seethings of nature, of trees and fungi, plankton and plants, the many-eyed insects, the fishes and beasts, and all these birds, ranging back and forth with a fervour, eye on the capture, like the makers of empires. And all right, let's see. So yeah, I mean, so much happens, and obviously I've only got 15 minutes, so I can't. There's so much. You can imagine the adventures, and you know, there are lots of volatile occurrences in these various places that they land in. So you'll have to get the book if you want to find out what happens. But anyway, now, you know, so I'm going to skip past the actual assault. It is in the book though. But I decided after the assault she needed a companion, a confidant, other than just Commerson, who was a man, and she, you know, so excuse me. So I gave her a cat. And this is called Bandit. Approaching Samoa, May 1768. My chilled feet crossing and recrossing the cold cabin, I talk to the ship's cat, whom I've called Bandit for his thievery, not only of rations, but also my heart. He bears war wounds too, a notch out of one ear and a jagged scar over one eye. I was perfectly content, I tell him, until that day compressed me like the birth canal, and now each night contains that same compressed feeling. And the amber-eyed feline replies, no more sleep screeching. The noise is too big in your head. Don't let that memory red itself all over your body, nor dwell on shame and misery. Instead, draw your knife and survive. Okay, so after the, thank you. Sorry, I need a tissue. After all of that, after she was outed, the captain decided it was too complicated to have them remain on the ship. So when they arrived in Mauritius, or it was called Ile-de-France back then, they had to disembark. So, which was a dilemma but luckily there was a botanical garden there, and Commerson actually knew the person who was running it. So they did actually, for the next 3 years, have plenty of work collecting and learning a lot about botanical plants in the tropics. And they did lots of traveling from that island. So this is one I haven't actually read yet, because bear in mind, he did have this terrible wound in his leg, and despite all her best efforts, it was really bad. And he should have had his leg amputated, but he thought surgeons were savages and butchers, and he wasn't going to let anyone near his leg. So he carried on to his demise, actually, in the end. But and interestingly, on the island was Pierre Poivre from the nursery rhyme Peter Piper picked, or whatever it is, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. That was him. He was the botanist, and he lived in Mauritius, and he had lost an arm. He'd had his arm amputated, and he was absolutely fine. So, anyway, there would have been quite a sight, one legless man and one armless, if they had gone ahead and done that. But okay, so this is Birds and Bees and Clouds, and it is one I haven't read yet out loud, so you're my guinea pigs. So Ile-de-France, 1769. How am I doing for time? I'm not running too late, am I? Have I got a minute?
Oh yeah. I thought you read all day if I could.
Have I?
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. You're perfectly. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm talking too much. 1,000 birds are swarming and chattering, and the dawn mist has crawled away into nothingness, and the air has become thick with sirens of blossoms. We press across the soft ground, sunbeams thrown upward in fountains, and where pomegranates have fallen, a density of bees slows above the glory, broken open. But he is hobbling, breakable as wet wood, scowling in pain. The skin of his hands is parched and cracked, and his eyes are distraught, fighting against daggers of tears. And I must not notice his cloud of a face, wincing at unwanted supervision, just as he must not notice the emptiness howling inside me. I've one more poem. Have I time? It's a small one. Is that all right? I'm so sorry if I've run over time. Oh God. Okay, this was, I've given it away a bit. He does die, leaving her a bit stranded. So, and she can't get back to France unless she comes up with a brilliant plan. And of course she does. But this is just before that. She's dealing with her grief. This is called Every Revolution. It's a little while after the initial grief. Ile-de-France, March 1774. I keep remembering that I, too, am going to die. But not at this moment. On the beach, a fledgling attempts flight, a bright spurt of something I had not known I craved, and my body recalls itself as a child. I race after the downy flamingo, my grief lifting off like a wind-lifted hat. Coolly from the white shoreline, spumings of froth, and I laugh, for I have youth and fast legs to course across sand. I run all the way to the palms until I'm so close the tiniest hairs on their fronds have grown whitely visible. And just like a girl, open-armed, I go spinning, quick spying the sun, still far from falling into the saffron horizon. So that's that.
I don't know how I like, I wish we could do like an interview because I have so many questions. But I guess the first thing, the only thing I have time to ask though is, what are you following this book up with? Because here's the reason I ask.
Hmm.
First of all, it was so amazing to hear you bring the book to life after reading it and feeling so alive, just reading it. I felt the life in this book, but having you read from it is an entirely different experience. Please do look in the chat when you have a time. We'll be sending it to you also. But I'm so struck by your curiosity, and how just devoted and charmed you are by the very story that you're telling. Like it comes across so clearly. And so it's kind of how I feel like when I'm talking about the Titanic. It's a very similar. It just takes everything up in me. And so, how do you move on from this discovery, that you've explored, that this became this obsession, and how do you follow up with that? What do you move to next?
The funny thing is, I nearly, in a way, what I was going to do, I was actually focusing on something else entirely when I came across her. And so I kind of shelved that project, and then I was planning to go back to it. But the problem is you've now come up with the Titanic, and that's kind of put paid to what I was planning on doing. I wasn't going to do something on the Titanic, but I was definitely going to do something along the line of shipwrecks along our coast. So now I have to have a rethink about what, because I think there's been a surge of seafaring kind of maritime
Yeah.
collections kind of all came out sort of at the same time. So I think I'm going to have to go somewhere completely different for the next one. So I'll have a think. I'm still thinking.
Well, I look forward to having a pint and talking about all things seafaring with you.
I'm very much looking forward to spending a lot more time with Titanic as well, because I didn't, I really need to sit down and read very, very closely, because I think it's an amazing project. So yeah.
Well, thank you. This Afric McGlinchey, the amazing book is à la étoile, the Odyssey of Jeanne Baré, from Salmon Poetry. Thank you for uplifting this historic, epic story, epic journey, and just bringing pure light and life, um, to her story. Amazing, amazing. Thank you. Well, friends, um, we are moving next to, um, a poet that follows in that same vein of lifting up and bringing our consciousness to, another very historic story from, Ireland, more recent contemporary history, but a necessary history nonetheless. And I'm going to let Debbie Gilbert explain, but you, if you've been with us over the past 5 years, you are familiar with, the mother and baby homes, as well as, its companions, unfortunate companions, the Magdalene laundries, that those similar stories. And, I'm so grateful to have Debbie with us, and I was able to hear Debbie read from this fictionalized story in verse, and, it's an extraordinary rendering, of this one young woman's experience in the mother and baby homes in Tuam. And I want to say, based on what we've just heard from our first two readers, that you can see how absolutely, I'm gonna use a word from one of Afric's poems, magnetic, using using poetry to create a story in verse is. It just brings a story to life in a way that, in a very different way than a novel can. The lyricism, all the power of poetry put to an electrifying, intoxicating story is put to such good use, in these two collections. And so we turn our attention now, to Debbie Gilbert, and let me give you Debbie's more formal biography. D. Walsh Gilbert, also known as Debbie Gilbert, is a dual citizen of the United States and the Republic of Ireland. She has 11 poetry collections, including the book we're going to hear from today, From the Altar of the Land, from Grayson Books 2025. And her forthcoming collection is called Snarl, from Kelsey Books. She's a four-time Pushcart nominee. She serves with the Riverwood Poetry Series, a really wonderful series, in the capital city area of Connecticut, Hartford area of Connecticut. And she's co-editor of the Connecticut River Review. Debbie lives in Farmington, Connecticut, on a former sheep farm at the foot of Talcott Mountain. These are places that I know well as a resident of Connecticut, having grown up here, which that area of Farmington is the original homelands of the Tunxis peoples. She welcomes wildlife from the forest behind her home, writes every day, and visits her family in County Monaghan as often as possible. Welcome, Debbie, and thank you for joining us today. And I am as excited about you sharing your book as I am, as I was, and continue to be, about Afric sharing her book.
Thanks, Sandy. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be with all of you today, to meet you, some of you for the first time. Thank you so much for reading with me. And Afric, just amazing work. A bit hard to follow, but and I particularly like the first person point of view, just beautiful. I'm going to read, as Sandy said, from my chapbook, From the Altar of the Land today. It's about a young couple in 1959 Ireland. They find themselves pregnant and unmarried. And I was inspired to write this after having visited my family in Galway and learning about the mother and baby home in Tuam, and then hearing some of the reports from Catherine Corliss and all about what is going on there. I encourage you to look it up. It's devastating. This, however, is completely fictional. There's no real person, there's no real place involved, but it is based on real events. It was a time, 1959 Ireland, it was a time when the Catholic Church and the Irish state were actually constitutionally connected. So in their situation, in this young couple's situation, they were considered morally shameful, and essentially it was a bit of a criminal act. Uh, it was a difficult time, and there are many people who are on both sides, the mother's sides and the children's sides, looking for each other. I'm going to start today by introducing a very traditional kind of singing. It's sung a cappella. It's also sung in the Irish language. It's beautifully haunting. You can find examples of it on YouTube. It's called Sean-nós. This is the meaning of Sean-nós. It's the love of family, always the family, and utterly inseparable, the song of the family, voices planted in fruitful patchwork, stitched by legend, myth, and ritual into shades of green and shadow. It's the only solid footing found in a land's quaggy bog, where a woman could disappear. Here, eyes wide open, she tiptoes across the softness and listens for the knell of the expunged, a ballad, a lullaby, a dirge. So it's just a lovely, beautiful kind of singing. Ashlyn Quinn is the story's main character. And she ends up in a mother and baby home to give birth. Her mother brings her there. Her mother brings her to a priest, who then brings her to the mother and baby home. This is Into the Mother and Baby Home, and it has an epigraph: "Thou shalt not to the garden of love." That's actually an erasure of the poem The Garden of Love by William Blake in his Songs of Experience. So, Into the Mother and Baby Home. Father Dunn's knock on the oakwood door of the bally house of milk and bread sounds hollow. Nothing's heard from within, but its polished bronze knob eventually turns. Sister Agnes of the Blessed Angels of Clogher reaches for Ashlyn's elbow to guide her over the threshold. Thank you, Father. No donation from the family? And we offer you a tea brack, freshly made today. He always accepts on a cool, bleak plate, as thin and creamy as the porcelain skin of any child's face. Then Ashlyn is gone, taken by a fluttering blackbird. Any crumbs she'd left to find her way back are eaten by this crow who strips her fully naked and leaves a dress as large as a shroud nearby. The bathwater ripples in the enameled steel tub as Aisling dips her shivering fingers in. So I'm sure it would have been quite the thing to enter a home and say goodbye to your family, because they don't get to go back home. Ashlyn carries on. She makes friends. She does her chores. Her friends have their babies, and yet all the babies are taken away for adoption. They're adopted usually for a pretty good donation to the church and to the mother and baby home. And very often they come to the United States. This poem is about one of Ashlyn's friends, May. May's child is taken away. And you're going to notice this is a villanelle. So it's a form I used to represent the repeated adoptions. May's child is taken away. They've been together for 12 short weeks. One plump baby girl in her mommy May's arms. Where will you go, my wee Eileen? With her eyes of blue and pink rose cheeks, a child to sweeten even byre or barn. They've been together for 12 short weeks. They've absorbed the deceit of the nuns' critiques, those who'd promise a home and no more harm. Where will you go, my wee Eileen? Her infant to love and play dabble in creeks while watching wrens fly and honeybees swarm. They've been together for 12 short weeks. Now she slips her in calico, takes one last quick peek, and hands her lamb to a Pope holy farmer. Where will you go, my wee Eileen? May, forced to do what the fierce nun speaks, with tears on booties knitted so warm. They've been together for 12 short weeks. Where have you gone, wee Eileen? So that happened way too many times. And the children didn't get to see their birth parents ever again. Of course, there are huge searches now. I have links in the book about where you can get more information. The Irish state is now offering help with making the connections at this time. But now Ashling's baby gets born. He's born as well, and he's born into a dismal world. His name is Michael James Quinn. That's the title of this next poem. It's a sonnet, and you'll notice that the first and the last lines are borrowed from the Glenmore Sonnets number 6 by Seamus Heaney. Michael James Quinn. He lived there in the unsayable lights. He lived there, piss-swaddled in a high-railed cot, sucking his thumb and afraid of the sprites. He lived there, his belly in a love-hungry knot. He lived there, rocking himself to sleep, waiting for Mommy to finish her chores. A hallway to polish, pots to scrub, potatoes to heap on a scullery shelf before sweeping the kitchen floor. He lived there where no nun uttered his name, nuzzled only by one who held him close and knew someday he'd be taken away. He lived there, a rot on the scriptures' rows, as lone as fraught girls discarded to shrouds, heard after dark above the drifted house. So, I'm going to fast forward now. There's a whole lot more to the story. And as Afric said, you just can't tell the whole story. But I'm going to fast forward now from the 1959 story and take it to the year 2024. Baby Michael, who we just heard about, Baby Michael is now 65 years old. And his father, James, is his father. James is 80 years old. You see, back then, baby daddies, they got away with things. There was not the same shame, not the same stigma that the women felt given to the young men. Perhaps they went to confession, said a few Hail Marys or something, but pretty much they were off and away. However, in my story, James is a bit different, and you'll see James is, even at 80 years old, still heartbroken. So this poem is called In the Pubs Nightly. James made his flute from a night chur's perch, playing songs like bird ghosts, the stillborn alive in limbo, crying for their mothers as he has begged for Ashlyn. 65 years, he's blown the notes of the will-o'-the-wisp, the fairy's temptation to follow the lights toward whatever it is that his wound remembers. Her curls of auburn, her wee pug nose, blue eyes, her freckled neck and pink cheeks, each tasted with his kiss on those sweet days so long ago. His grave is still earth open, waiting. His lips never touched another as shimmering, scented of lily and milk. They'd hadn't time to share their love. So he lingered, thinking, quote, all I want in this dark place is to have you here with me. And you'll probably recognize that last line is from the song Grace, which is about Grace Gifford and Joseph Plunkett in Kilmainham jail. It's heartbreakingly beautiful. If you haven't heard it, I truly encourage you. It's called Grace. All I want in this dark place is to have you here with me. I'm going to end today with the baby Michael. All grown up. Again, we're in the year 2024. He's all grown up now. He's yearning for Ireland. It's a kind of a feeling that I have felt when I haven't been home to visit my family over in Ireland in quite a while. There's a yearning, there's a feeling of loss. Maybe if your family lives, overseas, perhaps you feel the same way sometimes. This poem is titled Called Home, and you'll notice there is an excerpt from The Stolen Child by William Butler Yeats. Called Home. Michael James believes his Irish name sounds more genuine. Miho. Miho Seamus Deedon. Adopted at birth from the blessed angels of Cloker. From somewhere, West Coast, Ireland. His mom and dad have been kind. Corned beef and cabbage, a university education. But ancestry has haunted him. As if a sod of turf, schlon cut and left to dry, he's stood motionless, pleading for spark and vigor. Hungry grass has spiraled in his marrow, left unmown. The only cure is to visit, to feel the swells from America find their way, quote, where the wandering water gushes from the hills above Glencar. He'll find the chapel there, small and utterly romantic, as the story goes. When he flies to Tullen Strand and Tullahan, and Ireland's wild Atlantic way. One of my favorite places. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for reading the rest of the story. There's a whole lot more to it, but thanks.
Thank you, Debbie. There sure is. There sure is. I got to hear a more extended reading by Debbie. A 30, I think it was a 30-minute reading, and you're still left wanting even more after that. The book is From the Altar of the Land, by D. Walsh Gilbert, Debbie Gilbert. And I'll use a quotation from you. The cure is to visit. Visit this book. Visit this book. I am so struck by how you particularly, I want to just highlight these two things before we move on. How you used form to find and give shape to deliver the story, the unthinkable stories, to use poetic forms to deliver these stories. As well as I'm just also really struck and moved by how you also weave in the pillars of the historic poets of Ireland as well into the narrative. Thank you so much for sharing From the Altar of the Land with us. And we'll see you soon. See you very soon.
Thank you so much.
Well, friends, we now this is a real traveling day. We are journeying so many places. And as I mentioned earlier, you know, we have these two poets that are using like kind of deep history to um, to highlight their collections, to really anchor their collections. And I feel like our next two poets also do that and write also from living history in real time as it's also being made. And I have so much respect for Raúl Sánchez, our next poet. When I share Raúl's biography, that doesn't even scratch the surface of how much of a poetry citizen this remarkable man is. He just is he does so much good work that reaches so many communities um, in Washington State and elsewhere. And I just really you know, you're just a person that I respect so much, and I look to if uh, as like how can I emulate that? That you know, I really look at what I do and think, what else could I be doing? And I see it in the things that you do in your communities. So I just want to really highlight that. And of course, I met you first. Actually, this was the serendipitous joy. I don't know if
Same.
you remember, we were at the Cascade Poetry Festival. Like this is pre-COVID, and I just happened to sit next to you
Mhm.
in a like a room, and you're reading, and then it would be a couple years later that the pandemic would happen and we would continue to meet and meet and meet and meet.
Mhm.
But that first meeting was just this serendipitous meeting of sitting next to each other at a poetry reading, and I'm so grateful, and for all the poetry that I've been able to hear since. So let me share with you the more formal biography, and you'll hear just the briefest of all that Raúl accomplishes um, and has accomplished in his very uh, very far-reaching career. Raúl Sánchez is a translator who currently teaches bilingual poetry at the Denny International Middle School through the Jack Straw Cultural Center. That's in downtown Seattle, friends. Um, as a member of writers in the school through Seattle Arts and Lectures, he teaches bilingual poetry at the Evergreen High School, and Raúl volunteers for Pongo Teen Writing in the Juvenile Detention Center. These are all in his communities. He has 3 poetry collections. His newest that we're going to hear from today is When We Were Water, and I was so fortunate to I've already heard a reading of Raúl's from this collection, so I know some of what we're about to experience. When We Were Water from World Enough Writers 2025. When There Were No Borders from Flower Song Press 2021, and All Our Brown Skinned Angels from Moon Path Press in 2012. It is my pleasure to welcome you back, Raúl Sánchez. Muchas gracias, mi amigo.
Thank you, Sandy. It's a pleasure, definitely, to be back here with the audience and all the familiar faces. The first one right there recognizes Gary and you, of course. I got to travel abroad to meet everyone else, and I hope you can hear me well. I'm wearing a microphone now because they told me it sounds better, there's less echo, and etc. Have my water here ready just in case I need it. So this is the book. This is the cover. It's When We Were Water. The painting is an art piece by Alfredo Arreguin, who passed away about 3 years ago. And before that happened, we had a meeting, we exchanged some books, and sorry, sorry about that. And I asked him, I said, and offered, I would love to have use one of your paintings in the future for my next book. And he looked at me and he said, Raúl, you know, just pick anything you want, anytime. So with that in mind, when the book was ready and we were ready for a cover, I asked the state, and they said, you're welcome to choose anything you like. My wife and I went to the studio, and we picked this painting, which title is Sedona, and it's very evocative to the title and what you're going to hear from me. This is a new and selected collection of poems, and I like to begin with my signature poems, which are here. And number one, I'm wearing a Puerto Rico t-shirt because the last poem I'm going to share with you is titled Borinquen, and it says a lot about Puerto Rico, the culture, the artists and the writers, and the food and everything else that you can find there. But first, where I'm from. This is after George Ella Lyon, which is a poem that is used in schools and all kinds of places. It always works for me wonderfully because people who do not know how to write, I just show them the poem and they fill in the lines, and there you go. There's a poem. Easy. Where I'm from. I am from Cazuelas de Barro, from mole and tamales. I am from the restaurant my father owned, my burning mouth remembers. I am from the honeysuckle creeper, the fig tree jacaranda, whose long gone limbs I remember as if they were my own. I am from fiestas and piñatas, from late nights and early mornings, from chocolate caliente. I am from apúrate y cállate. From Reyes Magos y Dulces. I am from Víctor y Elena, and Más vale tarde que nunca. I am from Mexico, Barrio Norte, caldo de hongos, from Paso del Norte, to work the fields, good times, from Familia, from mother's closet stash of letters sent and received, her hand embroidered, I love yous. I am from learning English in my youth, from hard work, from love, still growing along my family tree. And that is where I'm from. Next, there's a longer story that goes before the poem, but we'll spare that. Just want to mention that the Bracero program was instituted in 1942, right at the time when the Second World War was happening in this country. So the U.S. has sent all their young men to war, and there was no manpower. So at that time, the U.S. government created the Bracero program. And they said, well, let's go hire manpower from Mexico, easier. So that's what the Bracero program was. My father was one of them. He used to work on the mines in Hidalgo State, silver mines. So when he applied for this position, he was assigned to the Santa Fe Arkansas Railway Company. The other branch was the agricultural, and that's where they work on the farms. Sorry. My father was a bracero. I know this. My father was a bracero. I hold his contract. Yellow paper full of restrictions and prohibitions. His pay stuff not enough to survive. I wonder what he had to endure. I wonder if the DDT sprayed on his face over the years contributed to his ailments. Diabetes, asthma, the cerebral embolism that blinded him, laying railroad tracks, expanding commerce routes from Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. My father's dried sweat merged with that soil under a burning sun. Another nail on the ties. He went back to Mexico, Tenochtitlan, started a restaurant so he could send me to a private American school. He wanted me to learn their language, to live way north across the borderline. He didn't want me to live by my strong back, my strong arms, but by my words. The next. The story continues as I continue to move around and live in Florida for a while. And since I lived in Los Angeles, there was an incident happened there. And that poem is a little too strong, but I think I'm going to skip that one. I'm going to share with you this one, which is the title of my first book, All Our Brown-Skinned Angels. No human being has the right to deprive others from the freedom, but we live amongst people who carry stones instead of hearts, hatred on their tongues. These descendants of colonizers' racist agenda is always to get rid of those who don't fit their way of being. Fear and threats are their weapons. Laws such as HB 56 and SB 1070 imposed by judges and rulers to carry out ethnic cleansing, to eradicate from our soil all our brown-skinned angels, all our brown-skinned angels. Our skin is not dirty. Our language is not obscene. We are not garbage. The sun shines the same on all people, no matter how they treat us. We will no longer run from our oppressors. We will not hide. If we must fight, we will defend ourselves by our united hearts. Our strength is in our blood, in our voice, in our history. We are warriors. Mexica Tiawi is a Nahuatl word which means Mexican, always forward. And that is one thing that I mentioned to the kids when I instruct them, not to be afraid, think big, because if you don't think big or say what you want, nobody's going to hear or listen to you. If you don't try, you'll never know if you can succeed. That's the encouragement I give them. As far as poetry, I tell them it's as easy as turning the radio on. You hear a word, you like it, write it, and then add more to it. It always works. It's so easy. So, okay, so we hear immigration and ICE and all that stuff going on. Those are our brown angels at work that I see every day. Brown angels are everywhere. We observe them mowing lawns, raking, blowing leaves, dangling from tall buildings, washing windows, painting, roofing houses. They are in your kitchens, serving, smiling. They park your cars out in all kinds of weather. Watch them picking fruits and vegetables, breaking their backs. On freeway ramps, we witness them selling flowers, cherries, and strawberries. Brown angels are attending church, going to night school, college, bound. These angels don't fly. They walk the same sun-baked earth that you and I do, sowing seeds of prosperity deep down in this American soil. This economy's wheels turn on axles of immigrant sweat, brown angel sweat. Lately, the wheels are stuck, intimidation smug, discrimination smug. If brown angels could fly, hover over fertile fields and cities of this American land, they would perform miracles, milagros. And they do. And we see them every day. So the years that I worked here in the States have been in several occupations. But the last one, from the one I retired from, was in the biotech company. I was a field service engineer for a while, so I traveled everywhere. And then after that, I was settled as just a field service and maintenance in the pharmaceutical company that I work here in Seattle. So in the meantime, while I was there, I wrote this poem because I had some time at work. and this title, What Work Is, and it is after Philip Levine. I know what work is. Work is what I do 8 hours away from home. Work is the place where I contribute and get paid, where I repair machines. Work is what I do with them. At work, I hear a festival of languages. I call work the United Nations under one roof. Work is rewarding. Work when I succeed, when I beat the odds, implausible possibilities. I use my brain to do my work. I go to work even though I don't feel going to work. After work, I read poems, old ones, new ones, Keats, Byron, Levine, Oliver, Espada, Borges, Coser. That's what I like about work because it helps me with my work. And I did that a lot. And I save all those books and they're still up there on the top shelf. Now back to what's been happening out there on the streets, which is awful. It hasn't happened to me, but I wrote this poem as if it would have happened to me. Show me your papers. I will show you my papers. Which ones first? All yellow papers dated 1944. My father's papers, Atkinson railway man, bracero hard work con pride. He worked here during the war. My abuelo's yellow pay stubs from Yuma farm scorching heat. Tio Manuel's pay stub, too small. Imperial Valley lettuce land. What papers you want to see first and last? My ID, driver license, legal document to move around, my wedding certificate, testimony to my wife, and all my vows, my kids' birth certificates, born in this land, social security card, my paycheck stub, taxes, 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 take away, home pay too low. Who wants to know? You want to see my papers? My notebook, my poems, telling my story? Papers with new laws deny my existence because some papers don't tell it all. My dignity, my pride is not printed on those papers. Those papers will burn. Why do you want to see my papers? And it's happening. This next poem is dedicated to Jose Robles, who was in sanctuary at a church nearby here in downtown Seattle. I heard about him, read the newspaper article, and I wrote him a poem, and then I managed to have him, had it delivered to him, and he received it. He thanked me for it. Sanctuary for Jose Robles. His crime is his desire to live with dignity. He is undocumented, doesn't need a license to live, is the anchor of his family, a painter by trade. He wears an ankle monitor, sits on the corner bench behind the iron gate. He doesn't want to be deported. He smokes a cigarette, looks up to the sky seeking solace. He watches the painters across 9th, misses his family, his friends, watches TV. He feels like a caged lion, paces back and forth. He stops, listens to people talking out in the street, feels he is in purgatory. Now, in sanctuary, in a lilac basement, sheltered in a sacred place, a man lives while he waits and waits, knows he cannot change his past, he cannot defy ice, doesn't want to risk his family, gets horrible headaches, was assaulted, kicked in the head, his body slammed on concrete, lives in fear for his daughters alone with their mother. The caged lion roars in silence. He paces and paces and paces behind secure walls. A prisoner whose only crime is to be human. Some humans are not. They don't deserve to have a heart. This is in memory of one of my uncles, Uncle Manuel, who also came across the border, worked, and like everyone else, went back. Naked Fury in Sepia photograph memories. Out in the rain, a man with a straw hat emerges. The past behind his peaceful, sometimes raucous life, rests tethered in a straw armless chair. His arms closed, he tells stories of farm workers sitting on boulders under mesquite trees, eating early harvest carrots, green beans, corn cooked over wild wood, fallen branches, fallen angels found on desert sand, where blistered feet step on deadly snakes. Blistering Arizona heat, Yuma fields, dry and insipid predictability. Harmonic junction played in unison after the sun ran away from the shadows chasing him, waltzing, flying, dancing on the vine, flower and fruit, stories of youth in a distant land across the line. Back in the land where he grew up, his rough hands built permanent monuments. At the house where mother's love lives, cement, brick, and mortar, walls and floors, the whimsical honeysuckle vine midnight fragrance pleasantly releases the memory of both. Under the fig tree, under the stars, dark leaves rustle, moonlight, sky in sepia. And that is for my uncle, Javier Manuel. Thank you. I love nature, and this poem was written, it's a set of 4 that I had to translate in Spanish. And the project is for the city of Shoreline, not far from where I live. And this poem turned out really, really, really nice. And one other local poet happened to walk by that park 2 years after it was posted. They're still there. It's a permanent art. And she sent me an email. She says, "Hey, Raúl, I saw your poem out there. It's actually pretty well written. So let's see what you think." It's an ode to an oak tree with an epigraph by Thomas Carlyle. When the oak is felled, the whole forest echoes with its fall. But 100 acorns are sown in silence by an unnoticed breeze. Acres of aging grand trees on the lower ground, boughs bending, rising and falling with the wind, randomly sinking and fainting, responsive bird songs. Dry ground covered with heart-shaped leaves and twigs. At night, the trees on the highest ground cast their shadow under the clear moonlight. Your branches blow by the east-west wind. Secrets toll when the birds can't sleep. Full moon filled with countenance, dance, murky clouds, reds of fragrant pines, oak and cedar limbs swish with the wind brushed. Your very old mystical greatness stands, looking at the stars and the gorgeous clouds in summertime. Your sun-drenched splendor shelters birds hanging on your moist branches. Crows, blue jays, chickadees, and eagle nests nakedly standing in spring, your dormant roots thaw below the frozen ground. Do not say that the roots are weak. These roots are strong, the very roots of being. And that oak tree is still there. And when I go to the same park, especially the cedar trees, when I see them, I ask permission to touch them. And I learned this from Thomas Howard, who rests in peace, another poet, local poet. I ask for permission to Father Cedar before I touch the tree. Then I touch them, and I talk to the trees. That's how much I respect. They call me crazy, but that's what I do. Kubota Garden here in Seattle is a beautiful place. And Sandy, you probably have been there, and many of you that live here. Gary, Lilley, you have been there. What a garden. There is a conversation in the silent garden. Lace leaf Japanese maple whispers stories. In summer, moonlight to the azaleas and rhododendrons. Camellia blossoms by the stone base glow. Dazzle waves of pale green and red. Burning birch leaves remind us winter is coming. Two stone bridges untied, united across the pond, resemble unity over their reflection. Like humans crossing bridges, walk the hidden paths, sending forget-me-nots to their familial pink fallen petals. In the garden, the sun yearns to cross the moon bridge and merge with the heart bridge covered in snow. Here, all the flowers speak a different language, each petal a different story. Yet all share the same soil, same sun, same air, plant and trees living in harmony like humans should be. And we hope so, because sometimes it doesn't happen. Okay, next, I'd like to share with you the title of the poem, When We Were Water. And the poem is titled, Remember When We Were Water, with a question mark. And this is from a visit at the Trummenbach Falls in Switzerland, which it was one of those Rick Steves tours. And it was very impressive. And if you ever get a chance to see these waterfalls running inside the mountain, the sound inside there is just amazing. It's tremendous, and it's just, well, let's see what you think, if you can capture what I experienced. Pure flowing liquid, torrential loaded, perfect. Serene rain, transparent and soluble crystals, swift as lining in a magical stream, where all the ancient stories dissolve. Back then, we created our own light and reflected everything, absolutely everything. Splashed and dissolved, we floated on that eternal sleep, spinning and crashing without fear. We twisted effortlessly, descending between rocks and sand. We touched every corner, soaked every rock and pebble, dissolving into each other without haste and still together, emanating the flow of our nation, of our union. We tasted the nectar of ecstasy as we drowned in that spring of pleasure, dissolved with each other like water. And how am I doing, Sandy?
Oh, probably about one more. Is that all right?
Okay.
Okay, very good.
We'll close with this one that is titled We Dance, and we can all dance to the stars. We dance in the cloud of music, our arms around each other, our feet moved swiftly to the left, to the right, steering dust fallen from the stars on the tile floor, sparkle bright by the light outside. Thank you.
Thank you. Muchas gracias, Raúl. You know, this is, yeah, we all need to dance. And it's also why we need poetry. We need to be able to dance in the streets again without fear,
Right.
without fear. And really, this is, you know, again, your poetry is an example of why we need poets to document what is happening in the streets, to document what has happened with and to our families, also where we're from and where our aspirations are to go. All of those things. Because no one's crime should be to be human. No one's crying.
And it's unfortunate that this is happening.
Yeah. Thank you. The book, let's show the book one more time for all our friends there. When We Were Water from World Enough Writers in 2025. And I also just want to acknowledge it's a new and selected poems, which is a milestone for any poet. So congratulations, of course, on reaching that fabulous milestone as a writer.
Well,
New and
yeah,
selected.
that's because I started late. I started writing out of necessity, out of the need to communicate and be able to be part of something else instead of just keeping it into myself. So I workshops here and there, learn, read, and at this point, MFAs and all that, I don't need them. I'm done.
No, you don't
I'm
need
on,
them.
I'm on
You
the
don't need
shining
'em.
path. I got 3 books. Goodbye.
That's it. You're good.
There'll
And
be a couple more.
we're the better for. We're the better, particularly, in the communities in which we've overlapped. I know that we are also the better for your poetry being in the world with us. Thank you so much, Raúl. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
We'll see you next time.
We'll be here.
Another, oh, I think I muted myself. No, I didn't. Okay. Another poet, of course, that we are so fortunate to be contemporaries with is Gary Copeland, Lilley. Gary's been on the program as a featured reader and been doing his poetry citizenship well before I was sitting here in this seat on this screen, well before that. And I'm just so grateful that our paths converged and that I'm a contemporary in the time of the poetry of Gary Copeland Lilley. It has changed how I view and think about poetry. Uh, I hope it has made me a better poet and a better poetry citizen and a better citizen in life to have coexisted and paid attention to his prolific and absolutely necessary work. It is, and we're always so happy when you're able to join us. Anytime you're able to
Thank
join
you.
us. Yeah. So here's the more formal biography. Gary Copeland Lilley is the author of 9 books of poetry. The most recent, Raven on the Moaners Bench from 4-Way Books, 2025, and a chapbook, The Hog Killing, from Blue Horse Press in 2018. He's originally from North Carolina and now lives in the Pacific Northwest. And his poetry is so evocative of that life in North Carolina and that history of the places that he has inhabited. He's received the District of Columbia's Commission on the Arts Fellowship for Poetry, the Warren Wilson College Joan Beebe Fellowship, and is published in numerous anthologies and journals across the country and elsewhere. And he is a Cave Canem Fellow, which we want to give a big shout out. It's a big anniversary this year for Cave Canem, of course. Founded by Toy Derricott and Cornelius Eady. So, and obviously you are a storied member of that amazing collective. He's a Cave Canem Fellow and the artistic director of another storied thing in U.S. poetics. The artistic director of the Port Townsend Writers Conference. Would you please join me in welcoming our good friend, Gary Copeland Lilley? Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. Like I'm serious when I say this is a good spot to see and hear some pretty good poets. Stuff and like today we stepped into so much today with the music and everything else. I'm feeling good about being here, and I always do. But yeah, my current book is Raven on the Moaners Bench, and so I guess that means I should read from that a little bit. I read a few poems, and I always like to read new work So I'll probably do some of those too to fill in the rest of the set. Read about 2 or 3 of these. These Raven is about my brother who died a few years ago. But he lived with a traumatic brain injury, after being hit by a car. So and this book tells how he kind of lived, how it kind of changed everything about our family and about him. So I always wanted to do this to honor him after he passed. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, from Psalm 91. The night my younger brother was hit by the car, the driver was a drunk running through the red light. A drunk running through the red light, red light, red light. The driver, the car, a drunk, red light. Police determined that before the strike, the drunk never even touched his brakes, never touched the brakes, never, punk ass motherfucker never touched his brakes. Motherfucker never touched the brakes. In the red light, my younger brother standing dead in the crosswalk. The impact took his 6'5" frame, through the front windshield, breaking glass, breaking bone, and banging through metal and out the back windshield. Landing twisted and twisted all up, twisting the night away in the still moving road, moving with cars and people walking. Did anyone come to me? In that glare and pitch of me out of one kind of life and into a life where the street was all I had? That and whoever else had ended up there, not knowing why, but still there. And I, eventually on the street, where we will never again meet, in the never of no goodbyes, just a slow, unseen knowing he was out there somewhere, living in the no goodbye, wide open way he accepted his life broken day by broken day. Not for the arrow that fly up by night, from Psalm 91. He woke from the 2-month coma. All his bones were broken. The broken bones had to be knitted. Broken bones had knitted wrong, had to be re-broken. He was 19, and subsequent schizophrenia, when it hit, must have covered him like a blanket. Wait, hell no. Like sheet lightning. Everything lit up all at once, and all his communication options buzzing and accelerating. He was screaming that shit, but says it must have been somebody else yelling because he wasn't even there. So therefore, couldn't possibly have said anything like that. But he was very much there. I heard him say it and trashed his words at all of us, his family who loved him, yet could not reach him, shattered in his suit of fire, and reaching past us, wired the way the sun is wired to the moon and spills every which way, never to be contained again. Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, from Psalm 91. It was like this, a dark day, a day dark with storm, when everyone was quiet in the kitchen because God was speaking, but my dead younger brother spoke because he didn't have any quiet. No quiet. I had no quiet in my head or anywhere else, no quiet. Not a quiet boy like he used to be. He told my sanctified mother that God didn't save him when he was dead and in a coma. Couldn't have saved him. He insisted on death, his very own death. Only he couldn't know it. So it must have been, it had to have been the devil's hand, he claimed, that brought him back. Devil lifted me right out of death. Ain't no trouble to him. He's good at cheating God, beating God to you every time. It was then he had to leave us. It was then he had to leave my mother's house. And my mother loved him. She he was hers and all of her. But she was afraid of the darkness of his demon. She was sorrowful, afraid of his demon, afraid of the roaring she felt. She could hear of his demon, and through all of it, it was his demon. How could she be sure it wouldn't come, wouldn't walk among her household, to rear that tear at the sanity of her grip on the godly world and her passage through it, not with a demon, not living in your house, her beloved son, who believed he had been saved by a demon and left to wander, enduring the world, eventual eviction in whatever and wherever that no mother could take him in. And he thumbed from North Carolina all the way through, walked all the way from North Carolina, from like Highway 40, on Highway 40. Highway 40 runs from Wilmington, North Carolina at the coast and runs straight into California through Texas and all that, So that was him. If he could swim, I always say he wouldn't stop. My dead younger brother knows what love is. When he says, I know what love is made of, he means those sometimes experiences that are outside, way the fuck outside of the reality that is of his mind. Paranoidally maintained, like living room furnished with plastic on the couches and chairs. But a mind with thoughts that might not exhibit, might not show, might not point you to a disorganization of behavior, the telltale disruption of his language. What I mean is, sometimes those thoughts can seem normal. Let's say you are Black and hoboing in Texas. Let's say you feel safe and protected, fierce, strong, as 2 weeks unwashed armpits. Then maybe that safety is love. So when he saves a Black woman that wants the same safety and agrees to be with him, a woman named Helen, in the dark at the bend of the river in Texas, and he lays himself down beside her. Even if I tell you what I know everybody said, family I'm talking, that they really didn't. Helen and my dead younger brother, they really didn't have love. They didn't love each other. But he says, me and Helen, he says, we crossed America together, and one way or another, he says, we've been together 30 years, and ain't that something, brother? Ain't it something? Ain't that something? Is it? That is sure something, ain't it? That question don't need no answer. No, doesn't require anybody's answer. Only Helen and me lived in the never and won't nobody else murdered or be involved. And so shut the fuck up, asshole. It's just me and Helen. Raúl disappears in California, my dead young brother. There he is, he is there, my dead younger brother, on the street of lost and angels, where every night he unrolls his sleeping bag in a different place. The white kids from the suburbs, the white kids setting fire to the homeless, spraying lighter fluid on the instantly inflammable homeless. If they appear to be drunk, appear to be stoned or addled, and I worry, because at any time, my brother could be all three. It was at a river bend in Texas. He found Helen sleeping on the ground. They've been married at least 30 years, and they really don't love each other, some say, but feel safer together. And who says that isn't the heart of love? And whose heart can you actually speak for but your own? Unseeable, not accountable, wavering, crisscross heart, saying something stupid about the obvious, what obviously is. I mean, right out here in plain sight, about two Black human beings who elevated and cleaved to each other to the cold and poverty of midnight on a road, going out of sight under them to kill you any minute, easy as look at you. Present day America. And I would like to read some of the new ones. Do I have time?
Please.
I kind of feel well, I've been reading a lot of Gene Toomer, all my, Kane. And I love his vignettes. So I decided to write a bunch of them. This is some of them, and I haven't really got a name for this manuscript yet, but I'm thinking about Coyote. In the days when we rolled our own cigarettes from another son of Effridge, sometimes you're the wolf, sometimes you're the prey. Finishing the first cup of black coffee before you try to tease a good song from the 12-string dreadnought guitar when you can't focus on anything other than your lover who is gone. Not the stellar jays at the bird feeding station hanging from an eave, or the waiting sparrows on the power line who think they got next, nor the hound running after something, perhaps a rabbit, a happy child, maybe a whistling wind while asleep with her belly exposed. Maybe it's just that kind of dark day where you were up all night and didn't get any rest until sunrise was shining through the trees, and it turns the day into a juke joint saxophone song in the cross of two twisted roads out of DC, with a poet riding in the shotgun seat. And you driving to upstate New York all green in June. Sometimes I'm taken just as the wolf I am, sweet as a shot of 90 proof Knob Creek, poured into a tumbler of fresh press, unfiltered apple juice from elusive Eve over ice. Do not stir it with a metal spoon, cause it's flammable and explosive. You've already heard the car door slam shut. And yes, indeed, you're damn right. That boom thump you thought you heard, that was the discordant bass note of her leaving. Aesthetic of a black rooster. If you can hear the hoodoo talk that comes out my mouth, the language and culture from which it is born will show you that rhythm, more so than meter, interests me because flow is an exacting art. Can you hear the notes I sing? And if not, walk down any street, walk down my street, go to the chicken wing takeout, or go to the corner store where you stand in the unsafe side of the bulletproof glass. Buy a bottle of unchilled scuffing on wine with a screw on top and splash some for the brothers and sisters at the intersection of this life and the next. And let the juke and music jump and reveal a pistol tucked in the waistband, bold as the Bible in a preacher's hand. Don't you dare say amen. I am a witness to the murder and rebirth of a waterman fountain pen. What has just come from the nib is an important ritual that helps to keep me and those connections I have with my dead people on an inherent genetic mashup, unbound by any formalities or gathered bits and pieces of religion, tradition, and cultures, and my own personal notions like an ever-burning candle, a sacred steel house of prayer rib that never conjures up an oil robbers to be at our graves. That's how I deal with it. Music emanates, and my sweet daddy Grace supersedes everything, even as it comes up related to all that. The word our favor opens a door, accepting it, letting I overstand death and loss, not linked to things not always the same. Our life could be gone and not lost. And my last song is it's not that one, but yeah, I got another one right here though. Okay. Oh, here it is. Miles. Miles in a poem, Ars Poetica. Is silence a stillness or the void that words come out of? Like the way that Miles plays his horn. He has a lot of young cats in his various bands, most notably John Coltrane. Miles, when he plays, he always leaves space, even in his solos, because he believes God takes deep breaths. But Coltrane, whatever space you give him, he'll throw every damn note he can find in it. Miles believes that the notes you play are the notes you don't play are just as important as the ones you play, because God also resides there. The silence that surrounds a note makes it bulletproof, and it resonates into that void. Miles played this trumpet like a poem. What do I mean by that? Take any song of Miles. Man, of course Miles can read music. All the notes are black. A storefront church by a cypress swamp, a hoodoo hymn with phrases separated by the space that Miles leaves, and that space sets the pace of the poem. The shorter lines carry the greater space. Open space has the effect of being read slower, more deliberate. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. The silence is amplified by his use of more space. Line spacing, stanza breaks, which allows the choices of images and words, all the black creating an all blue stillness, an underrated, understated notion in our static surroundings. The relaxed tone of the horn warms our bones in the smoky silence of the scene, a blues dog, a moment animated by miles, more miles, and miles. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say. Like, well, I do. Well, first of all, what I don't even care what your book is titled. Just keep writing it. I mean, I do, obviously, but you know what I mean. You know
I
what
do know
I'm
what you
saying.
mean.
I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever. Title
I
it whatever you want. It doesn't matter. I'm
well,
opening it. I'm reading it. I'm listening to it. It's all good. I
that's
do.
always part of the process to me. It's
Yeah,
like,
no, for
I
sure.
go through a lot of names on a poem until the right one comes and stuff. But I always start with even a working title because I got to have something.
Something.
If,
I
if,
like Coyote though. It's got a lot of stuff going on with it, like there's that mysticism of it, the coyote, right? Like, yeah, there's the coyote, the energy.
yeah, but this whole run of stuff is part of that book is a section about the coyotes
Yeah.
as immigrants into to this country because they adapt to everything. They have come in with this migration.
Yeah. So it's like a perfect metaphor also. Like I mean it's true and it's a perfect metaphor.
It's true, and it is something that I think I, I've been working on it for some time, right? And
Yeah.
so none of the stuff that's happening now was started. I mean, it wasn't going on right then.
Right. Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it just wasn't going on.
I mean,
Not
that's when
not in
you
the spring.
know. That's when you know, don't you? Like that's when you know. You're like, okay,
Yeah,
I'm in the river with it, and I'm doing it.
I'm doing it. I'm
I'm
doing
doing
it.
it. Doing
You
it.
know,
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing new work, and the new book that you shared also, I want to, highlight as well.
thank
The
you.
new book is Raven on the Moaners Bench, and it's such an intimate book of family history, like intimate family history. And that is its own history that needs to be
Yeah.
right.
Hmm.
That is also, poets are here for like the big H history, but in our families, we also have the big H history,
We also yes,
right? We've got to write it also.
we have
So,
to write it because on the last part of that book of the new one is called Wife Beater. You know,
Hmm.
and that was a poem that I don't like to read because I don't want to trigger anybody.
mhm, mhm,
You know what I'm saying? So,
mhm. and
but
yet you have to write it.
I have to write it.
You have to write it, and people have to read it.
People do read it. I've
Yeah,
heard so much about it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for once again another incredibly memorable reading. What the final thing I want to say before I make just a general comment about the reading, and thank you everybody. This was so worth a reading that was going to go long. It went a little long, everybody. And who cares? Like, this is what poetry is for, right? This is why we're here. But Gary, you are a poet and you are a musician and you are a poet and you are a musician. They go back and forth.
Yeah. Hmm.
They are integrated. Your poetry is your music is your poetry. The blues is all running through it like the river. Oh my gosh. So I just really want to highlight how I experienced that today, as the poetry, as the music, you're in your own unique signature times.
Thank you.
In your own unique signature times. Thank you, as always, for bringing it. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody for bringing your hearts, your humanity, your ears, your passions, for this just extraordinary reading where the music of all the four voices that we heard today, the history that all four of our poets shared with us today, so expansive and really emulates each of our ability to write from where we're from, to write from the histories that we know we need to tell. We've just been given a master class on how to do that from our four poets, Afric McGlinchey, Debbie Walsh Gilbert, Raúl Sánchez, and Gary Copeland Lilley. Would you take a moment to please unmute and show your rousing appreciation for an extraordinary reading today?
Thanks to you. Thank you, Gary. Thank you very much for being here. Absolutely.
You all. Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Such a reading.
Such a reading. That's my mom, everybody. If
It
you
was
don't,
good meeting you all.
yeah.
So nice to
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
writing.
Thank you.
So nice to meet you.
Pleasure. Thanks for a lovely evening.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody. We will be back. I'll say very briefly, we'll be back next week. It's our wild card open mic. How are we gonna follow this wildness? Well, we'll see next
right.
week, won't we? We'll see next week. Join us, Cultivating Voices Live Poetry. I'm your host, Sandy Yannone, signing out with thanks to Don Krieger, Kim Ports Parsons, and all of you for your ears and hearts. And as I always say at the end of the program, take good care of yourselves this week. Take exquisite care of your beloveds and just keep writing those poems down, my friends. We need every lick of history that you have to write down. We'll see you next week. Take good care.